Hi there, Dan here. Thank you for tuning into this short video where I'm going to give you some insight into the differences between each of our three workshops. We have Excel 101, 202 and 303. People often ask us what's covered in each one, and in this short video I'm going to give you some insight into the content and the experience of each individual workshop. So you'll see here I've actually got all three workbooks with me. This is Excel 101. As you can see the picture over here, these are building blocks, and people often say to me, but Dan, I don't want to come on a basic course, and people think in terms of beginner, intermediate and advanced. So our workshops are actually structured into three levels, but we never talk about beginner, intermediate and advanced. We never box people in and say you go to the beginner course or you more of an intermediate person. We like to compare it to a university degree where you go first year, second year, third year, and even if you get great results in high school, you still typically need to start in first year because it lays the foundation. So Excel 101 is a foundation workshop. This lays the groundwork, it lays the rock solid foundation. It's the fundamentals of Excel, it's the best practices, it's the principles of working smart and efficiently instead of working hard. And we often have people coming straight to 202 and then really regretting that they didn't attend Excel 101 first. So what's covered in Excel 101, you can see by the way that the workshops are designed specifically. We've designed and refined these over the last 4 years and taken feedback from the thousands of people who have come through our workshops, and you'll see that it's gone from, let me quickly show you version 1 in January 2014. You can see black and white, very small text, you can't even see it from there, and a couple of screenshots, but all in black and white, no place to fill things in, no lines, and it's become more of a children's book. It's much more of a colorful, fun, interactive experience. Okay, so you can see here that we start off with the parts of the Excel screen. We then go on to entering data. In this section, we actually create a database of about 400 cells in the space of a couple of seconds. So we show you the quickest way to enter data and create a database. We also show you the functionality of the mouse, but we believe in the keyboard. So we believe in 80-20, 80% keyboard, 20% mouse. And we help you in the first F of what we call the high five efficiency formula, which is a system that we've devised. In the first F, it's all about fingertips. And you can see here we start teaching best practices using the keyboard shortcuts instead of relying solely on the mouse, so that you can work faster, smarter, and more accurately and have more fun. Okay, then we go on to formulas. It's the fundamental building blocks of how does a formula work. Okay, we then go on to learning about functions. So we start to go from crawling to walking to running when it comes to working with calculations in Excel. You can see here each section is color coded. So now we're on the yellow section, which is the third F, which is functions. Then we go on to familiarity, which includes naming cells and working with multiple different spreadsheet tabs, working efficiently. And the last F, as you can see here, the red F, is formatting. So what does that mean? By the end of Excel 101, you have covered the whole of the high five efficiency formula, which is 5 Fs, 5 steps to efficiency in Excel: fingertips, formulas, functions, familiarity, and formatting. Okay, then we move on to Excel 202, which is our next workshop in the series of 3 workshops. And Excel 202 is all about working smart when it comes to data, understanding what's going on in a big database where you've got lots of raw data, but it could be messy, it could be untidy, it could be just complicated, and you might not have insight into this data. So we help you to convert it from a normal database into table mode, and that's the first T in what we call the data intelligence integrator. You can see it over here. It's also 5 steps and 5 sections, and we've packaged the content like this because it becomes much easier for delegates to digest it and to remember each section color by color and section by section. After converting into a table, we look at tidying up the data. How do we sort, filter, manipulate, clean it up, make it much more user-friendly? We also look at what we call the IMPE data manipulator, which is 4 steps. Okay, it starts with an IMPE. There's our little IMPE man, and we look at 4 steps to manipulating any data in Excel. We then go on to track down, in which includes VLOOKUP as well as index match. These are 2 of the most powerful and useful and commonly used functions in Excel. Okay, we look at trends, so we look at conditional formatting, we look at data validation as well, and we look at pivot tables and pivot charts, creating really awesome dashboard reports to summarize complicated data into an understandable high-level summary. Okay, then that brings us to Excel 303, which is our workshop which is specifically focused on macros and VBA. So what does that mean? A macro is something that you program using VBA code, which is the coding language of Excel, and this is for people who have completed Excel 101 and 202 and have really taken their Excel to the next level and want to take the next step by understanding Excel's secret programming language. And in this Excel 303 workshop, we reveal the secrets of using Visual Basic for applications, and we cover it also in a very, very step-by-step colorful way. In this workshop, we have what we call the macro genius method. It's 5 R's. You start off by recording a macro, then we cover 5 different ways to run a macro. There you can see run a macro, it's in green, and it's the smart macro runner. Okay, we then look at different ways to reference when we are using code in VBA, and also this is an awesome, unbelievable section called repeat, which is all about creating loops, macros that loop through code. In other words, systemizing and automating repetitive tasks. Okay, so really, really cool. And the last section in this workshop is refine, which is all about refining our code, making it more user-friendly and streamlined, and also making it interactive. So interacting and prompting the user as the user goes through working with your workbook. And then that's actually in the first half. The first half of Excel 303 covers this workbook and all the technical skills that you need. The second half is a real-life case study where we actually take all the skills that you've learned from Excel 101, 202, and 303, all the technical skills, and we put it into one big application case study, and it really is phenomenally powerful and empowering. So that's all covered in the second half of Excel 303, whether it's on site, in the classroom at your company, or online. All 3 of these workshops are available in the classroom as well as online through an interactive, awesome, user-friendly video platform. Okay, so I hope that this has answered some of your questions and clarified exactly what's covered in Excel 101, 202, and 303. I look forward to speaking to you soon and maybe seeing you in a workshop or on our online platform very shortly.